Good morning! And it is a much better morning. Last night was kind of rough, but I'm feeling much better today. Although I feel like maybe it's because I cried just a little bit after watching that video that I was talking about last night. In the previous vlog I mentioned, I watched a video about this dog who's like in love with this little boy, and the little boy went to school for the first time, and the dog like waited for the kid to come home from school for the first time like all day long, and that definitely made me tear up. But I just feel like I can't see very well out of my left eye today. Whatever. Anyway, I'm here in Lakeland. I'm sitting in front of Target. I feel like the last time I came to the dermatologist here in Lakeland, I feel like I did the same thing. If you're wondering why I come to Lakeland for my dermatologist, it's because this is the dermatologist that I have, and I have not found one in Orlando because I haven't been looking for one. I'm feeling much better today. Actually, I should say I'm feeling much better now than I was feeling this morning or last night, because I've just been feeling this major sense of like overwhelm. I'm doing okay now, but there's a lot that I want to get done, and I feel like I'm running out of time. However, I have made myself a list. I have a list of things that I need to get done this week. So I've got several videos I'd like to edit this week. I have homework that I would like to get done this week. I have several like sit down videos I'd like to film this week. And then I actually, like on the right side, this is my to-do list for today. And that's the part that's making me feel so much better. On the back of that list, I have my grocery list because we haven't gone grocery shopping. So we need to go grocery shopping. So it is currently like 7:47, excuse me. My appointment is not until 9:10 this morning. So I am sitting in front of Target because I'm gonna run in and grab some tape, because if you see behind me, there's boxes here, there's lots of boxes back there. So my work equipment is currently in the car. My trunk is filled with boxes from Lovesac, because when we ordered the couch, we ordered it with a certain color of cover, and we decided we don't like it. We're gonna exchange it for a different color of cover. And so we wanted to get these out of the house. I have the return labels, but you can see they're not cut out, nor are they taped to the boxes. So I need to get those slapped on, taped on, and then if I can find a FedEx store that's open today, because the one here in Lakeland, not open today. But I think I can find one on the way home. I should pass by at least a couple, so I will try at least one. Hopefully one is all it takes, but I would like to get the Lovesac cover sent back. My work equipment is in the car because I no longer need it, but I don't have the return label for it yet. So, or the return labels, or like the code or whatever they're going to send me to take to FedEx to have them box up all my stuff and send it back. But I can't send my work equipment back yet, but it's in the car. So if I get that today, before I stop at the FedEx store to drop off the Lovesac covers, I can get rid of a whole bunch of stuff out of my car today, which would be totally awesome. So first thing this morning, dermatologist, then return the Lovesac covers. I'm at Target because I'm probably going to go in and get some tape. I think that's where I was going with that story. Then on the way home, after returning the Lovesac covers, I'm going to stop at the grocery store because the Sam's Club will be on the right-hand side of the road. Then I can hit Aldi, and then I can go home. And then when I get home, I have like a miniature project that might turn into a major project, but I'm hoping to keep it fairly simple. I want to work on the closet under the stairs. There's some stuff in there that I would like to put elsewhere in the house. I'd actually like to move it out to the garage because it's like Christmas lights, and we don't need those to be in the house. And we have shelves in the garage that used to have Christmas decor on them, like boxes. And I'm not sure what happened, but those shelves are empty. So I don't know what happened there, but we have empty shelves, and the closet under the stairs is just getting a little overwhelming. So if we can move that stuff out there, that would be ideal. Tonight for dinner, we're gonna do taco night. So I would like to have either beef fajitas or fish tacos, because I think they both sound really good, but I'm gonna make guacamole because I made guacamole a little while ago. A video went live and I was like, I'm not gonna make you guys watch me make guacamole unless you're interested, and I'll do that some other time. Somebody, at least one person, is interested. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna make guacamole tonight. So I need all the things to make guacamole, so they're on my grocery list, along with like a whole bunch of other stuff because we haven't been to the grocery store. I feel like I haven't been to the grocery store since before, like I haven't made like a normal grocery run since before the road trip, which was like a month ago at this point. So it's been a while. But having a list like this is giving me so much peace, comfort, peace of mind. I don't know. So that is the plan for today. I managed to go to Target and I bought only one thing, and it's tape. I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. And now I'm here at the doctor's office, so I'm gonna go in and I'll talk to you when it's over. I hope I've got good news. Okay, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 9:30. My appointment was at 9:10. They didn't take me back till like 9:22. The car says it's 9:35. I'm done. I have 2 spots that she wants me to keep an eye on. I'm a spotty girl, okay? I come by it honestly. My mom's a spotty girl. And then what I didn't inherit from my mother, I'm pretty sure I come by honestly, like from the sun. But I've got 2 spots she wants me to keep an eye on. One of them I've been tracking for a little while and it hasn't changed at all. So that's a good thing. But the other one isn't, like another one. She's like, keep an eye on this one. And if it changes, if anything changes, we will probably just like get that sucker out of there. But I'm good. She said no torture today, so that's great. So I'm gonna hit the road. I think I'm gonna head back toward Orlando, and I'm gonna try to hit a FedEx on the way there, or on the way home. So wish me luck. I hope I'm able to find a FedEx store so that I can get rid of some of these boxes back there because the trunk is just full. Completely full. Well, I successfully got rid of not 5 but 7 boxes because the Love Sack stuff is gone, and also there were 2 boxes back there that mom wanted to ship to her friends. So those are also shipped. As a defense to come in, and the only person to quiet. I'm listening to a football podcast. I'm being brave and listening to what happened this weekend because my team did not win, and they didn't exactly look great. But so many teams this weekend didn't look good. So anyway, next stop is gonna be Sam's Club. So let's go get some groceries. So I've made it to Sam's Club. And I spy Christmas. What? But Christmas is not on my list, so I'm gonna stick to the list. And I think first is tuna because it's right over here in this aisle. Also not on the list are these big beautiful pumpkins, but I just love to look at them. Just as a PSA, don't yell at or swear at people in grocery stores. Strangers, just don't do it. Anyone, you shouldn't do that. You never know when they're gonna break down. I'm this close to breaking down into tears in the Sam's Club parking lot because a man pushed me and another man swore at me because I was getting groceries, so I was in their way. I have as much right as everyone else to be in this store and to select my groceries. It's the people who like park their cart somewhere and then they're not even with the cart that's in the way. It's blocking the walkway, whatever. Here's what I got. I got some ready rice. I got some cream. I got some lemons and limes that I will juice for mom. I got a great big tube of ground beef to make into salad meat, like taco meat. Romaine lettuce for salad, and then lunch. I got a sushi platter that I'm going to split with Thomas and Anthony because let me tell you, it's been, gosh, it's just one thing after another. Rough. On to Aldi. Aldi time. Maybe it's the end of the world because the people in Aldi were also rude and in an extreme apparent hurry. Really though, if it's the end of the world, the last place I'm gonna be going is the grocery store. Just saying. I had hoped that I might make it home by noon, and I wasn't actually thinking I would make it to the grocery store today because I was imagining traffic on I-4 would be much worse than it is, or than it was. So I've managed to go grocery shopping, which I wasn't planning on doing today, but it needed to be done. And I might make it home by noon. Maybe, if I'm lucky. If not, it will be very close. Close enough anyway. Well, I would have made it, but I've got one more stop. This one should be quick though. Just 3 things. I am now home. I have been home for about almost not quite an hour. Had lunch, sushi is gone. What's left is in the fridge. Anthony and I split it and Thomas is gonna have what's left, but I'm prepping dinner. So we had some beef that's been cut up into fajitas and I'm marinating it in chipotle and adobo, some lime juice, and some garlic. Trying to just take things one thing at a time. So I'm prepping dinner now. We'll come back to it later and then we'll see what's next. But one thing at a time. All right, I've had a little bit of couch rot time. So now I'm going to tackle this closet. This is our Harry Potter closet, or the closet under the stairs. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna go too ham in here, but I've got some things that I would like to get out of here and move somewhere else. So we have cleaning supplies in here. This is our old mop that needs to go bye-bye, but for now, he's here. These tubs need to not be here, and I feel like I can get rid of all of them and all of these Christmas lights from these shelves and the Christmas light clips, but I can take them out to the garage and get them out of this closet, and that will just make me feel so much better. So that's the plan. It's that simple. Put these in here, put these in the garage, which is, I think, on that side of, is it on that side of the wall? No, because that's the pantry. Might be on that side of that wall. Anyway, let's do this thing. But first, I open the door to the closet and these two are looking at me. Hi. This is where we keep their treats. And so when I come in here, I can't open this closet and not give them a treat. These look questionable, but they love them. They're like crunchy beef sticks. Would you like one? You sweet girl. I love you. All right, now it's time. All right, I did not get the before of this out here, but it just had that box and that litter box on it. And now we have our Christmas lights. Yay! I need to find my door hangers because I'd like to hang this somewhere inside the house. I think this is gonna be its last season because it just looks really, really rough. And we bought a new one, but I think we could hang it in the house and it would look pretty. But I need to find my door hangers. So I will take it in and we will see about hanging, whoops, hanging this one. Oh my, it landed right on my foot. But we'll see about hanging this guy, gluing his flower back on for the season, and the one that we just bought. Because this guy's old. He's really pretty, but not sturdy enough for Florida summers and autumns, which are essentially also Florida summers. Oh well. And here is what the closet looks like without all of that extra Christmas stuff. So it's better. I'm much happier with this. It's already a small closet. Granted, we're very lucky to have this much space. However, it's already a small closet. I don't want to junk it up with a bunch of these, especially when we have vertical space in the garage that we can use and should be using. I think I might shuffle some of these things around, but we are getting to the part of the day where I need to make dinner, and we're gonna make guacamole tonight. So that is more important, I think. I found the door hanger. So this is the new wreath for the front door. And it's up, ta-da! I don't particularly like that you can't see through the peephole anymore, but you know what? It's all right. And then I think the other one that is, I hate to say damaged beyond repair, but I brought it in and I tried to fix it and then something else fell apart. So this little, the sunflower part of the sunflower came out, but I was able to finagle it with a safety pin. And if we hide it, and if it stays in the house, nobody's gonna know, right? Nobody's gonna know, not even me. So where do we put it? Because my thought is we put it on this door so that it's in kind of like the middle part of the house. But does this door hanger work? No. Rats, because this door is just like too close to that door jamb. I figure it out. You're so cute.
Hi.
He's excited about the wreath, and so am I. This is gonna be its last year. It's falling apart, so when we're done with it, we throw it away. I know. I hate it, but
I can't believe that.
it's literally crumbling, and if you look at it up close, you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. This is, Emma had it in college when she was at Kirksville, so I think it's 10 years old.
Pretty old.
Well, for something like this, that's meant to be indoors and we've been putting it outdoors, yeah, it's lasted quite a while.
Well, it looks pretty good from here.
You're looking at the back side.
Yeah, it looks great.
So I had to run to the store for some avocados because the ones we had are either not ripe or rotting on the counter. So I just finished shopping at the store. I got Emma some sour cream, which she likes on taco night, and I got 4 avocados for $5. And there was a rainbow. I can't see it anymore, but it's over there. So I think I got it at the beginning of this lip. I don't know, but let's go home and make, oh, there it is. Let's go home and make some guacamole. We're gonna make some guacamole and then we're gonna do taco night, and I'm very excited about it. So in a video that I posted recently to my current time when I'm filming this, you guys said that you wanted to see how I make my guacamole, so I will show you. I start with avocados. These are the Haas avocados, and I have 4 of them. I just went to the store to buy these because the ones that I have are not soft enough. You are looking for something with just a little bit of give. You don't want it to feel like a baseball. This one's like a little more firm than I like, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I have 4 avocados. I have 1 lime. Depending on the size and the juiciness of your lime, you might need more. You might need half. So just, you know, be prepared. Fresh squeezed lime juice is always gonna be the best. The stuff that's like the true lime or whatever it is, the lime juice from concentrate, it's not right. Fresh squeezed lime juice, if you want it to taste the best, that's the way to go. Garlic is a must. This fresh peeled garlic in the bag saves you time because you don't have to peel it. The minced garlic, like the fresh stuff that's in the squeeze tube, is actually not a bad choice either. Just make sure that it's like fresh. The jarred garlic, like the jarred minced garlic, no. It's a no-no for guacamole. I have some jalapenos here. I have like 1 whole avocado and 1 that I sliced just like the end of it off of earlier because I had it with my lunch. So I'm gonna use both of those, and then I have some onion. Now I diced this a while ago, so it's diced up like pretty small. I will probably use all of this. I'm gonna say it's between 3/4 of a cup and a cup of onion. If you don't like onion, use less. I still think you need some for the flavor. And if you dice it up like really, really small, or if you grate it on like a box grater, and then I would set it in like a colander to strain. That's my tip for that. And then cilantro. So I actually diced this up a while ago. This is stuff that's like, it's a little older. If you don't like cilantro, I still feel like you have to put this in the guacamole. If you don't like it, put less, okay? But for the flavor of the guacamole, this is gonna hide pretty well in the guacamole. but you still have to have some because it makes it what it is when it's over or when it's done. And then the very last thing we need is salt. So those are our ingredients: avocados, lime juice, jalapeno, onion, garlic, cilantro, salt. I'm gonna get a great big bowl. Something else you need, a beverage. I'm currently drinking a watermelon Waterloo with a wedge of lime in it. So this is like a separate lime, but you always need a drink when you're making guacamole. Another one of my tricks, I'll show you this. This is the produce bag that the avocados came in, right? I use it as my countertop trash bag. So all of the avocado peels, the pits, the lime rind when I'm done with it, the parts of the jalapeno I'm not gonna use, it's all gonna go in there. So I'll just set that to the side. Now I need a big sharp knife. I've also grabbed my rasp. Okay, so always use knife safety skills when you're using a knife. I'm going to cut my avocado in half. So I just kind of shove it in about to the pit, about halfway through, like halfway that way, and go all the way around the pit long ways, like that. And then if you twist, that's a perfect avocado. Okay, so we are split open. Let's open the rest of these. If you get one that still has like this stem piece in it, if you're one of the people that pulls these out at the store, you're a jerk. Don't do that. That's rude. It does kind of give you a really good indicator of what the avocado looks like on the inside, but once it's gone, it's gone. And so if you pull it off and it's like not yet ready, you've just ruined that avocado for everyone else. Another perfect avocado. And oh, last one. I don't like to slice through that stem part just because I have found that it pushes it into the avocado and then it just kind of boogers up the inside and it doesn't slice in half, it just kind of crumbles. Okay, we are open. All of our avocados are open. Let me give myself some space here. So I'm gonna lay this down kind of on the cutting board and I'm gonna take my knife, and if you are scared, actually, let's do it this way first. If you're scared of the avocado, like with the knife and taking the pit out, there is a way you can do it. It's not my favorite way, but you can put your thumbs on the back behind the pit and push. And I'm gonna pry it out with that finger, and he comes right out. That's fine. It's not my preferred way because you can kind of like push through the back of the avocado. So I prefer to do it this way with the knife. Okay, so I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna get all of my fingers out of the way back here, and I'm gonna make sure that when I bring this knife down, my fingers are not in the way, and I'm just gonna kind of aim for about halfway through this pit, okay? Because it's kind of hard. And I'm gonna twist, and you'll kind of feel it pop. It might take you a couple tries, but I got him off. And then I put it in my little bag. Okay, two more. See, that one's gonna take me another try. Now if I missed the first time, or if I didn't get it just right the first time, I will try to turn the avocado like 90 degrees so I'm not just shredding this pit. If I turn it 90 degrees, I will hit that slice that I've already made a different way. So let's aim a little bit differently this time. All right, I got him. Okay, all of our avocados are open. We're getting there. I need a big spoon. So now we need to get the avocado out of its peel. So I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm gonna slide it right between that black part of the skin and the flesh of the avocado. And then it just kind of pops right out, and I'll scrape the rest of the skin out because I want to get all of that good avocado out of there. If you find one that has like dark parts on it, like let's take this guy for example. Can you see inside of where that pit was right here? He's got a little dark spot. If it was any bigger, I might be concerned about it, but since it's kind of small, I'm really not all that worried about it. All right, so now we just get all of the avocados out of their skins and into the bowl. I'm teaching people how to make guacamole.
Oh, wow, you're gonna give away your trade secrets?
It's not a trade secret.
Yeah, but it's really good. It should be a trade secret.
I want everybody to be able to make guacamole like this, so I never have to eat a subpar guacamole ever again.
That's smart. Do you do lime juice?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now it's time to mash the avocado. Okay, so I've got all of my avocado in the bowl. If it's like super, super soft, but still green, you can use a fork. Sometimes you can use a spoon. These are a little bit on the more firm side, so I'm gonna use my potato masher. But keep in mind, we are going to be adding more to this. We're gonna add liquid to this. We're gonna add other ingredients to this. So my tip, especially if you like a chunky guacamole, don't mash this up too much. If you like your guacamole like super duper smooth, go at it, go ham. But mom likes somewhat chunky guacamole, so I am not going to fully baby food puree this right now. We're just gonna break up those avocado halves to the point where it's starting to resemble avocado mash. And that is gonna be good enough for me for now, because as we add more things and we stir it up some more, it will break down naturally even more. All right, and now I'm starting to work on my jalapenos, which honestly I probably should have started before this. I usually like to have my mise en place, or my everything that I need to make it. I like to have it all ready to go before I get started. But this time I didn't do that, so oops. I think the only thing that's not ready, well, the jalapeno and the garlic. Everything else is good to go. So let me actually talk you through what I'm doing. So for this jalapeno, I sliced the top off with the stem. Now I'm gonna slice it in half lengthways, and then I'm taking a small spoon and I'm scraping out the ribs and the seeds right into my little bag. That's gonna go straight in the trash later. So my tip with this, obviously you don't wanna touch your eyes. You don't wanna go to the bathroom and touch, you know, yourself with jalapeno fingers. If that's a risk, wear gloves. Be smarter than me. I have gloves, I'm not wearing them, and that's a poor choice. So do as I say, not as I do. But I'm gonna be constantly washing my hands, so I'm really not all that worried about it, and I won't be taking my contacts out until much later. But especially like your eyes, if you wear contact lenses, if you are a male person, be very, very, very careful after touching any kind of pepper. Wash your hands thoroughly, but still, I would always recommend wearing gloves when working with spicy foods. Next step. So I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna slice this half of the jalapeno into long strips. And the finer you chop them, the smaller your dice is gonna be. I tend to prefer like a really fine dice on my jalapeno, especially in my guacamole. I like it really fine on top of my taco. I just like smaller pieces, and then I can, you know, put more of them on. But anyway, okay, so that's that one whole jalapeno. I'll just show you this. So I'm gonna line up all of those long strips that I made, and then we slice across them to make a tiny little dice. So again, the smaller you make these, the smaller your dice is gonna be. So if you like big chunks in your guacamole, make your long strips bigger and make your chops this way bigger. If you like them even smaller and finer, you could use a food chopper. I don't know that I've seen them like pre-prepped, but I'm gonna go ahead and dump these all right in here into my guacamole. And again, do as I say, not as I do, because you should always scrape your bench with the dull side of your knife, not the sharp side of your knife. Scraping with the sharp side dulls the sharp side. So let's do this other one. I could do 2 whole jalapenos. It kind of depends on how hot they are, and I really have no way of knowing how hot they are until we start like cutting them open, smelling them, and tasting them. These 2 actually smell pretty hot. So I'm just gonna do these 2. And then the slices that I had actually off of this one that I'm cutting right now for lunch earlier were pretty spicy. So we're gonna dice this guy. But if you like a really mild guacamole, if you don't like spice at all, you could probably omit this entirely. I still think you need to do some. But if it's like really, really too hot for you, what you could do is you could get it to this stage, like dice it up, and then stick it in ice water for a little while. You could do that with like onion too, and it will help kind of dull that flavor, that sting just a little bit. All right, so now we have avocado and jalapeno. Next is the onion. You could use white onion, yellow onion, red onion is really good in guacamole. This is what I have, so this is what I'm using. I'm gonna start with about half of this. I know I said I'd probably use all of it, but I like to add just a little bit of onion. We'll stir it up and see how far that goes. And then if I look at it and I think it needs more, we'll add more. Okay, so that's a little more than half, but here's what we're looking like. Of course, I haven't stirred it yet. I can go ahead and do that. I usually like to wait until the end, but I do want to go ahead and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add the rest of this onion in here. It's not gonna hurt anything, and then I can get rid of the Tupperware. It's starting to look like guacamole, but it looks like dry guacamole, and it doesn't smell right yet. So we're about halfway there. Okay, next, garlic. I feel like guacamole is not guacamole without garlic. It always astounds me when I go to a Mexican restaurant and they do the tableside guacamole and they ask me if I want garlic. Like, what kind of question is that? Okay, garlic tip for you. The larger the clove, the softer the flavor. So smaller cloves are going to have a much stronger garlic flavor. If you like a lot of garlic but you don't want it to like burn or sting, use bigger cloves. If you don't like a lot of garlic, that's fine. I'll have yours, okay? Just send it my way. But if you don't like a lot of garlic, just do a little. You don't have to do a lot. I like a lot, so I'm gonna do a lot. I'm gonna do 4, and these are what I would call large cloves of garlic. So I'm gonna do 4 of them. And I have this like rasp thing. It's like a grater. I've zested lemons on this, but I really like to grate garlic on it. So I'll hold it with the stem piece up, and then I just rub it on there. And it goes really, really fast. If you've got like a grate plate, that works. This is like the professional version of the grate plate. I'm just gonna try to tap it right in there so it doesn't get on the cutting board, because once that garlic flavor gets in the cutting board, kind of hard to get out. Not that I mind, but anyway. So we're gonna do all 4 of these. All right, my trick for getting what's left on the rasp off of the back of it is to take a little spoon and scrape. We're gonna get all of that off of there. That's nice. And then we'll scrape like with them, with those little scratchy parts on the front. All right, we're done with the rasp. You could zest the lime if you want to. I don't want to, so I'm not going to. All right, we're getting much closer. We're gonna add cilantro. Add what you feel like. I typically add, I wanna make sure it smells okay, because this is old. You know what, I bought fresh stuff today. I'm gonna go ahead and do the fresh stuff. It's like 98 cents at the store. We're gonna get rid of this because it doesn't look right. All right, so I've got my little bag of cilantro. I'm only gonna use half of this because I really don't need the whole thing. Put this back in the bag. All right, now this is something I learned when I worked at Chipotle. So if it's still like lined up, you see how we've got like all the stems. Can you see all the stems are lined up? Okay, so we're gonna take it, we're gonna kind of fold it in half, okay? The more you can fold it in half, kind of wad it up, the fewer cuts you have to make it like chop up small. I really like to mince this. Like I want it chopped up super duper fine. Really, really tiny. Because these big leaves of cilantro, when they get like caught in something, and then I just pull one leaf out like in my taco, it's so annoying to me. So I really like to chop this up really teeny tiny. Of course, it's all personal preference. It's whatever you like. Keep your fingers out of the way. But this is how they do it at Chipotle. That's how I learned it. You just make a big pile and then you keep chopping across the pile until you're happy with it. I could put this whole pile of cilantro in my guacamole and be happy. I live with people who don't like cilantro at all, so I have to be careful. It makes me sad, but it's fine. You do have to use it. So I'm gonna take about half of this and I'm gonna dump it in there. Not me contemplating putting less. Okay, so then this we will save for tacos later for the ones of us that actually enjoy the cilantro. All right, 2 things left. Lime juice and salt. I'm gonna give this a stir. Here's how we're looking right now with the garlic and the cilantro. So let's mix it up. All right, it actually looks pretty good. It's still dry because we don't have the lime juice in there yet. And we definitely need lime juice because it serves 2 purposes, flavor, and also it keeps the avocado from turning brown. So let me get my juicer. If you know me, you know I have my big press juicer. I'm not pulling that out for like 1 lime, so I'll just use this guy. All right, we're gonna start with half of the lime. If I had an exact measurement, I would tell you I don't have exact measurements for any of this, mostly because avocados come in like all different sizes. It's so hard to tell like how big the lime is gonna be and how much lime juice and how much avocado. Like I don't weigh anything by grams. I'm not gonna weigh avocados by grams. I'm not doing it. If I was a professional cook, I would, you know, and I would have all of the other ingredients like measured based on the weight of the avocado, but I'm not, so I'm not doing that. So I do it by taste, and the fun part is the trial and error, getting it to be correct. You get to eat a lot of guacamole. So, all right, 1/2 of the lime is in. We still need salt. Before we do the other half of the lime, I'm gonna add salt to this. And then I'm gonna start tasting, and based on what it needs is what we will add. So let me grab some chips and salt. So my rule of thumb for salt for guacamole is 1/4 teaspoon per avocado. So I had 4 avocados, 4 1/4 teaspoons is 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt just to start with. If you think that sounds like a lot, have it. Just do 1/2 teaspoon. Do 1/8 of a teaspoon per avocado. We're gonna mix this up thoroughly, but avocados take a lot of salt. They will swallow it and it's like it was never there. If you need a low salt, low sodium diet, please forgive the cat who's screaming for treats. If you need a low sodium diet, I think your like salt alternatives will work. Or you could just have like less salt in your guac. But make sure to thoroughly mix it up because you don't want any like super salty bites and then some that are like not mixed well. Are you done with work? Your timing is perfect because I need a taste tester.
Oh my gosh, I get to taste?
Can you help me taste this guac?
I would love to help you taste your guac.
All right, get a chip and have a bite and tell me what it needs. And you too, at home, get a chip, try this guac, tell me what it needs. The only thing it needs is more lime juice.
Yeah, I can do that. Mm-hmm. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. Yum, 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 yum.
The heat?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Those jalapenos were spicy.
That's delicious.
All right, I'm gonna juice the other half of this lime. The thing is, like, if you add it you can't take it out. So just add a little bit at a time. You know, when you are adding salt, start small, you know? When you're adding jalapeno, if you don't know, if you've never had guacamole before, you don't know if you like spicy, you don't know if you or anyone you're making the guacamole for likes cilantro or onions, just add a little bit. Because you can always add more, you just can't take it out once it's in. All right, taste test again. Cheers. So much better. Okay. Ooh, I've got a paper cut, and that lime juice stings. That's perfect. If you love garlic like I do, don't taste this fresh and then think it needs more. It will mellow over time. It will kind of like steep and marinate, or whatever you want to call it. So just let it sit for a little while. Unless you're going to be eating
Unless
it
you like really want more, in which case I'm going to grab some more.
Well, if you're going to eat it all like right now, don't add any more garlic. But if you're going to let this sit, if you're making this for like a party and it's not until tomorrow, you're going to cover this with plastic wrap and it's going to be fine until tomorrow. Let it be until tomorrow. Give it another taste test before you take it to your party or you serve it to people. See what it needs then and add that. But don't add it all right now because
it will change overnight.
It will change pretty dramatically overnight. Cheers. All right, one last guacamole tip. And it's for keeping it fresh. Because everybody knows guacamole turns brown and it looks gross and it's not, well, it's not appealing. You don't want to eat it. So, first step to like keeping it fresh, adding the lime juice, then smooth out the top in whatever container you're going to keep it in. It does not have to be an airtight container, it doesn't matter. So, you smooth out the top, you take a layer of plastic wrap, and when you put the plastic wrap on, don't just cover, you put it down so that the plastic wrap is touching the surface. You want no air gaps between the plastic wrap and your guacamole. So touch it, like make sure the plastic is touching the surface of your guacamole, and then put it in the refrigerator right away. It'll be fine for like a couple of days like that.
Yeah, ours holds for a couple days.
If it lasts that long, because like here's the thing, we
I
eat
will
ours
eat as soon as possible.
We'll be lucky if we have leftovers tonight of this, because it goes so quick. So there is my guacamole recipe. If you try it, please let me know how it goes. I really, really want to know how it goes for you guys. If you have any trouble, let me know, because I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
You guys are so lucky to get this recipe.
So guacamole is made. I have just like julienned some onions because we're gonna do like fajitas. Oh, sorry, I'm like really close. I'm also gonna heat up some tortillas. So I think I'll probably just like move you over to the stove so you can see what I'm doing over there. But guacamole is made and it is delicious. So for real, if you make this, I really want to know. I'm also gonna do some jalapenos, like just 2, because we don't have any bell peppers, and also Mom doesn't like bell peppers. So we're gonna do this as like part of the fajitas. It will be spicy, but that's okay. On the stove top, I have a little bit of grapeseed oil. It's like a high smoke point oil. You can use whatever you have, but that's what we have because that's what we cook with. So it is heating up in one skillet, and then in the other skillet, I have nothing because we are not gonna use any kind of like nonstick for the tortillas. I will show you my trick for keeping the tortillas warm. Hint, it's a tea towel. Or I guess I should say, spoiler alert, it's a tea towel, but nobody cares. Oh, hey look, it's my boyfriend.
Hi.
So for my trick to keep the tortillas warm, I have a bowl that is just like slightly bigger than the tortillas. We are using the La Banderita corn tortillas, clean tea towel, and then we're gonna put it in the bowl so that when we start putting the tortillas that are warm in here, we can easily cover them up. And then as we heat more up, we will just put them in here and cover them up. But they'll stay warm until we're all ready to eat. And then to heat them up, and this is actually even on the bag. Read your food. It says heating instructions. Preheat a skillet or pan to warm 1 tortilla at a time. But we will do 2 tortillas per person plus 2 extras. So for 4 people, we'll do 10 tortillas. And that's generally enough for us. As the dog drinks her water, I want to show you our dinner spread. The garlic will be put away in the fridge, but we've got chips and guac, warm tortillas, fajita vegetables. Here's our fajita steak, salsa. Our favorite is the Mateos, and the medium is just delicious. Cilantro, shredded cheese, and then we've got what's left of the Taco Bell queso, and then this Mateos queso blanco is delicious. This is also medium, and then some sour cream. So we're ready for dinner. Mom and Emma just got home from work. And Anthony's done with work and he's fed the dogs. And I've made a disaster of the kitchen.
It looks great dinner and it looks amazing.
Wonderful. It does smell really, really good. And the guacamole, I have to say,
It's yummy.
it's really good tonight. It got worse again. Our AC unit for the upstairs, because there's 2 in this house, it's not working. We've tried everything. We think it's a fuse. We really don't know. So we can't fix it tonight. At least it's not leaking through the ceiling downstairs, but
True.
just a minute ago, it was 11:11, and I made a wish. And I know exactly what I'm wishing for. It's not the same thing I've been wishing for. Something far simpler. I'm gonna stop the vlog now. Dinner was delicious. We enjoyed the guacamole. If you make guacamole, I hope you let me know how it goes.
Ours was so yummy.
Tomorrow, we're gonna call an AC guy and see if we can have somebody, a professional, a licensed professional, preferably with insurance, come out and help us fix our house, because there's something wrong. We don't know how to fix it. And there's a reason that we have licensed tradespeople. And it's because I didn't go to school for it. I don't know how to fix this thing. There is somebody out there in the world who did go to school for this and they know how to fix it. So I'm gonna have them do it because I don't want to blow my house up or electrocute myself.
That is a good reason to do it.
Yeah. And I would rather have somebody who knows what they're doing work on it for me. I'm happy to pay somebody. I mean, I would be if I had money.
I'm happy to pay somebody.
Fortunately, there are still 3 people in this house that are currently employed. So, it got worse. Is it important? No. These are first world problems.
AC going out's pretty bad.
It's just like, it's one thing after another, and I'm like at that meltdown point. I'm there. I'm going to bed. Good night.